is gathering all evil to him. Very soon he will have summoned an army great enough to launch an assault upon Middle-earth.
You know this? How?
I have seen it.
A Palantir is a dangerous tool, Saruman.
Why? Why should we fear to use it?
They are not all accounted for. The lost seeing stones. We do not know who else may be watching.
The hour is later than you think. Sauron's forces are already moving. The Nine have left Minas Morgul.
The Nine?
They crossed the River Eisen on Midsummer's Eve, disguised as riders in black.
They've reached the Shire.
They will find a ring. And kill the one who carries it.
Frodo.
You did not seriously think that a hobbit could contend with the will of Sauron. There are none who can. Against the power of Mordor, there can be no victory. We must join with him, Gandalf. We must join with Sauron. It would be wise, my friend.
Tell me, friend, when did Saruman the Wise abandon reason for madness?
Right. Well, that's just when all hells break loose between the two wizards, Gandalf and Saruman. Did you know that the one actor that was thought to be playing Gandalf was actually Sean Connery, and he said, "I don't like these wizardly things," or something like that, because he has a very strong Scottish accent, and he declined the role. And there we have Sir Ian McKellen, which is, I suppose, in my opinion, a perfect decision for Gandalf. But anyway, about this fight between the two former friends, the two wizards, Gandalf and Saruman. Sorry. What can you tell us about this battle that they have? I mean, not this physical, magical battle between them, but why are they fighting? Why do they become enemies all of a sudden?
I think that Saruman doesn't seem another exit to the bad guy arrival. Yeah. He says we must join him because he's going to kill us all anyway. So he prefers to stay on his side to be safe, I think.
He's playing the safe card, right? Like, yes. Okay, let's join him. If we cannot defeat him, let's join him, basically. That's Saruman's philosophy. At least that's what he says. What about the others? Diego, what do you think? Diego, not paid for it.
Okay, no. Luz, what do you think about these two wizards? What do you think about? Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, Saruman didn't see other options there. He was very frightened about what he saw, the armies and everything, and he was very coward. He wasn't going to support the good side, so because he was going to lose, although he didn't know that, but so he joined the dark side.
All right, just because he was frightened. All right, so what do you think about this? So you think so? Julia, do you agree with that? Do you agree with the idea that Saruman was frightened?
Well, yes. I mean, so what I think is that, I mean, what we can see is that they were both, so Gandalf and Saruman were both seeking a way to defeat Sauron and the ring, actually. In his attempt to do it, he was possessed by the ring as well, as the rest of the people. I mean, as the men, as the dwarves, and all the
races.
characters, right?
Yeah.
So and that's what I see, right? So Gandalf continues thinking that the best idea is to destroy the ring. I mean, that is the wisest thing, at least, to do. And Saruman believes that, well, yeah, it's better to join the force of Sauron, right?
He was also looking for power as well. I mean, he did not join, he was not going to join Sauron just for the sake of it, but he was also, apart from being an act of cowardice, perhaps, he was also desperate for power. He wanted,
yeah, I mean, the power per se, let's say. So and Gandalf believes in good in goodness in general, right? So they were looking for two different things, like, I think.
Yeah, so it seems to be that Gandalf was believing in free will. Well, Saruman was following the power, the bigger power that was Sauron. Javi?
Yeah, because also they did defeat Sauron once, so I don't think they think that it's impossible to beat him. Right now they believe that, well, by destroying the ring, they can, well, destroy Sauron. But I think that, as you said, Saruman, yeah, he wanted power. He wanted to, well, probably also not convinced, but, well, he was influenced by, well, by the ring and by Sauron himself, or itself. I don't know what Sauron is.
Okay.
Yeah, well, an entity of evil, perhaps, so far, or that big eye on the top of the tower. Yeah, I was going to ask you, well, not just you, Javi, all of you, what do you think Saruman would have done if he had the ring at the reach of his hand? Could he have stayed with the ring? Could he have kept the ring for himself? I mean, we can see he's an ambitious man, or wizard, but what do you think he would have done? Difficult question, apparently.
A difficult question, yeah.
Anita.
Yeah, we have to understand. Yeah, we have to understand that he's a very powerful wizard. Yeah. Nico, yes, you were about to say something. No.
I think that he will get it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Anita. Yeah.
That I think that he will just get it for himself. I don't think that he will destroy it now.
No, definitely not. I don't believe he would have destroyed it. You believe he would have kept it for himself and used it?
Right. Now that would be my question.
Yes, Anita says yes. Nico?
He can't keep it neither because the ring belongs to Sauron. So sooner or later the ring will return to the Lord of the Ring, who is in this case Sauron. So maybe Saruman be corrupted, but in the end he will lose it too.
So he would have tried to catch it.
Oh, sorry.
Wait.
No, because first, before that, I think he would have conquered the world. Of course, I mean, he wants power more than anything else. So the first thing I would do would be that.
I don't think so because the ring turned mad to the belonger, to the owner. So maybe for a short time he will take advantage of this power,
Right.
but no, I don't know if he could manage to control of the Middle Earth.
No, of course, but he tried without the ring. So imagine with the ring. I mean, I would say that that's like, if I were Saruman, I would use it to conquer the world.
Okay, you are
That's the
very
Saruman
convinced
in
on
you,
that.
Turk.
No.
That's the Saruman in Julieta speaking. Very well. Luz, what about you?
I don't think there's a right answer to this because I don't know what he was thinking, but I want to have faith in the world. And I think, I don't know, I don't think that he would. I think he, I mean, I don't remember if later in the movies he meets with the elves, or no, and yes, with, maybe I'm flashing. But no, I think I think Saruman would, I don't know, I think he would have destroyed it. I don't know. I want to believe he would. I want to believe he would.
You're an optimist, Luz. All right, all right. I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have. Bro?
Well, I think that the ring itself has its own agenda, and the people are only the vehicle. Because look at what happened with the first owner of the ring. He ended up dead because of all the power that he wanted. So the people, it's just the vehicle to the ring, and the ring has its own agenda.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Roa. Isildur was the first one who took the ring from Sauron, actually, or he found the ring after Sauron lost it. Then he passed on to SMEAGOL or Gollum, Bilbo, Frodo, and well, like you were saying, it looked like they were just keeping the ring for a bit, for a couple of years, or for many years in the case of Gollum or SMEAGOL. He actually, the book says he kept it for like 300 years. So Gollum is like really, really, really old. But it's like Nico and Rocio were trying to say. I mean, the ring is always trying to get back to his rightful owner, the one who created it. The Lord of the Rings, like Nico said. We'll see if he's the Lord of the Rings. Next question. This is
well, I think it is related. Yeah, it is related to this idea of power again. Yeah, we are speaking about power, but the question is, what is the story? And Tolkien, I mean, the author of the book, tell us about the nature of power. So look at we have some pictures there. We have Boromir, we have Galadriel, I believe, and we have Bilbo as well. So different characters were seen as attracted by the ring. What happened to all of them every time? So again, we're going to speak about the ring. We're going to speak about the power of the ring, and we are going to speak about what happens to the ones who try to possess the ring. So what do you think about this? What do you think about the nature of power in general, not just well, we're not going to speak about just Frodo, but all the characters in the story. I think that Boromir is a very good character to analyze too here. He's a human, and well, I think it is clear in the story that the ring has a lot of power. So what do you think about this? Well, Rocio, can you start? What do you think about the nature of power in the story?
Well, everyone is attracted to the ring, and it has its own power. You can be attracted or not, as Frodo, for example. But it depends of the person, and maybe not, but it's very special. I don't know how to say in words. It's a special power.
It is a special power. Yeah.
It's a difficult question. I don't know how to put it in words.
All right. So I think it is a symbol. Well, I think that the ring is a symbol. It symbolizes that power, well, in different forms. But well, Javier, what do you think about this? What do you think about the nature of power? Think about the character. Think about Galadriel. Think about Boromir, right? What do you think about this?
Well, we see that the elves are very organized in their hierarchy, wherever they are in around them, and I think they are more magical than the other races, and I think that, well, in the case of men, I'm trying to think of the idea. Well, in the case of Boromir, he feels like he has a legacy to withhold. He feels like he has something to prove, and in order to do that, he needs power. Because they always talk about, well, the previous kings, and how among men there is no king at the moment. So they are always in this constant pursuit for power. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
All right. Well, yes. Matthias.
Yeah, Boromir was actually. Boromir was actually, we see that, I think, in the second part of the trilogy, in the Return of the King, or a part of an extended version scene. I do not remember when or where, but it is seen that Boromir was actually trying to get the ring, or take the ring, back to Gondor, because his superiors asked him to do that, so that Gondor can finally prevail and defeat, and blah 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 blah. I do not remember where it was, or even if it was in the films, or maybe it's just an idea I got from the books. But this is basically what Tolkien decided, that Boromir was, yes, he was corrupted by the ring, obviously by the ring's power. But at the same time, he kind of had good intentions. I mean, the film does not actually do justice, or the justice to Boromir in that case, because he just seems to be the villain, the man that finally gave in to his ambition. But he meant good, Boromir. Poor Boromir, he died. Anyway, Luz, what about you?
Sorry, I got lost. What?
Oh, you got lost.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, sorry, I talked too much. We were talking about the nature of power and how the ring has kind of corrupted everyone in the story. Anyone that has been close to the ring.
I was thinking about Frodo, that some of you, I don't remember who exactly, said that Frodo isn't corrupted by the power of the ring. But I think, yes, at the end of the story, he is. And when he's in Mordor, and the ring calls him. So I don't know if anyone is exempt. Exempt is the word? I don't know.
Yeah, you can say that.
And I think the nature of the power, being the ring of Mordor, that was born in Mordor, is evil and ¿cómo decía? Cruelty.
That was the word that you were looking for. All right,
yes.
Cruelty. All right. Okay, yeah. Okay, Rocio, no, not Rocio, Juliet. Yeah, what do you think about this? What do you think about the nature of evil, the nature of power, not evil, but the nature of power that in a way the ring represented in the movie?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that question.
Okay.
I can say the same as we have been saying. Everybody was seduced by this power, and we see that in all the characters that are near the ring. But that's all.
And what is your opinion? Well, Anita, what's your opinion on Galadriel or Boromir? That, well, we know that Boromir ended up dead, of course. But what is your opinion on them? What do you think about them?
I cried again when Boromir died.
You cried?
And yes.
Okay, yes, it was a very sad part.
Every time I watch the movie, every time Boromir die, every time I die.
Okay.
It's like something I have to do. What I think is, I think it's portray also things on life when people for power do things that maybe they don't want to do, or just they're blinded.
Yeah.
With power, with getting things. I just think that happens with Boromir. He just got blinded. Or I don't know if he really wanted the ring. In some point, I think that it was just everybody wants it, so why I will not just.
Why not me?
Yes, it's just over there, not so far. So I think it's like that.
Yeah, it's the why not me feeling, right? I mean, why not us? Why not Gondor? Why cannot Gondor have the ring and finally, use it rightfully? All right, got a couple of questions more. I would like to, carry on with the next one, which is, we kind of talked about it, about this character, this rather special character, who's Smeagol or Gollum or both of them. There is a transformation of this character, and the question is actually what importance does this transformation of Smeagol, the hobbit that found the ring, into Gollum, this creature, in this first part of the story? I mean, how is that transformation relevant? How is Gollum different from the rest of the hobbits? From what we know, three hobbits have held the ring in their, hands or pockets or finger. Gollum, Bilbo, and Frodo. How is Gollum different from them? And why does Gandalf ask Frodo to spare Gollum's life? Again, Gandalf, the finger that says, do not kill him. Why?
So I would say that that Gandalf believes that the Gollum has a purpose in life, so he has not how can I say fulfilled right the task that was given to him, and that's why he's not supposed to kill him. But also because it's not the nature of a hobbit, right, to be killing people, to be killing other hobbits. And regarding the transformation, what I wanted to ask you is if the transformation happens in this movie, because I mean I think it doesn't, but I'm not sure. So you are on mute.
Yes, I know. Sorry, it doesn't. It does not. It's not shown specifically in this first part of the story, although it is told that I think Gandalf mentions that this Gollum used to be a hobbit, that he used to be Smeagol. again, I have rewatched the film in the extended version, so perhaps that is one of the extended scenes that was not included in the original movie. But you're right. They actually tell this bit of the story, Gollum story, much better in the second part, in the Return of the King. Actually, the movie does not begin with that part.
No, the
It is in
third one, I think it's
the third one. The third one is the Return of the King.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, it starts with the whole thing of Smeagol and how actually Smeagol kills his brother or best friend, Nico. I don't remember if he was his brother or his best friend, but
It
they
wasn't his
fight for the ring.
cousin.
Or cousin? I don't remember exactly what relationship they had, but Smeagol kills him just to have the ring for himself. So there you have a hobbit killing another hobbit. No son como los simios, that simio no mata simio. In this case, hobbit killed hobbit. All right, but anyway, yeah, you're right. The transformation is not shown in this part of the story, but his change. I mean, that change, that the different face that Gollum showed, or that Gollum took, had an importance in the development of all the story from the beginning until the very, very, very end of it. But in this first part, how is it relevant that he has now become this creature of many, many years old as Gollum? Nico.
I think it is a difficult question. Yeah, it is a difficult question.
Smeagol is like a legend that lives in the mountains, and although it is thought that he is the owner of the ring, and it's like a myth. It's not certain. But I don't know if someone saw Smeagol, I mean the other characters before that movie or this story.
No, I mean, we know about Smeagol because Gollum actually says in his own way, again, not in this part of the trilogy, that he used to be Smeagol. He was Smeagol from the Shire. Actually, he lived in the Shire, and well, then he became this other self, a rather bipolar or even schizophrenic character. You know, he talks to himself all the time. And I don't know about you, Nico, because I believe are you the only one who read the book prior to watching the film? Yeah, is Nico the only one who read the book? Yeah, apparently. I
only read the one.
The first one. Well, in my opinion, that's the best of them three. I believe the portrayal of Gollum in the story is so good in the film. It's exactly what I had thought in my mind when I read the book 20 or so years ago. That's what I had in my head. That creature say Gollum. Right. Anyway, difficult question then. Let's on to the following, because we have only 10 minutes left, and then we're going to restart the meeting in case you want to be part of the game. If you have another device available at hand, we can play a Kahoot game, which we hadn't on the app, the workshop with Juli, Anita, or Javi. But Nico and Rocio have already experienced that game, and actually Nico won once. Luz, this will be your first time, so if you want to stick around for a couple of extra minutes, you're very welcome to do so after we conclude with the conversation. The ring race. The ring race is the topic of our next question, Diego.
Yeah. We know them as a Nazgul as well. Is that right, Matthias? You are the expert on the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, they do not mention the. I think they do not mention the Nazgul name here, or maybe Aragorn does.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, Aragorn.
Yeah, they are mentioned.
Aragorn, yeah.
Well, the ring race. Well, they are intimidating dark figures. Well, you know that they. Well, I want you to talk about this. They serve their master. However, who are they? Who are they? What role do they have in this movie? Do you happen to know what happens with them later on in the story? Well, I believe that Aragorn mentions them. I think that he explains their story. Well, I want you to talk about this. What do you think? Who are they? What do you know about the ring wraith? Javi, what do you know about them? Who are they?
Yeah, at the beginning of the story, they mentioned the rings that some elves had rings, some dwarves had rings, and they mentioned, well, 9 men who had rings.
Yeah.
And they turned into these creatures, these wraiths. I think Aragorn explains that they are neither dead nor alive, and they are drawn towards the ring. They look for it. They are slaves of Sauron.
Yeah, they're slaves. Do you agree, Luz? Do you agree with him? Are they slaves of Sauron?
Yes, they only they like live only to they have I don't know to obey Sauron. They can't escape him.
They can't escape.
Yes.
All right, they can't escape. All right. Okay, what do you think, Nico, about the ring wraith of the Nazgul?
Yes, and they were the 9 kings who received the first 9 rings of power, and of course they were deceived by Sauron and his ring of to control all of them, and I think that is because of this curse that they turn into this kind of nor not alive nor dead creatures that have the objective to chase who portray who carry the ring.
Ring. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yes. So they are kind of intimidating figures, as the question says. Juliet, what do you think about them? What do you think about the ring wraith? Are they relevant, at least in this very first movie? I mean, the Fellowship of the Ring?
Well, they are, in the sense that they have some encounters with Frodo, and he's actually I think they harm him, right? Yeah, don't they? With their sword, they harm him with the sword. So I think they are intimidating, and they are
they're dangerous as well. Yeah,
they are dangerous, but also they play a role in this movie, because he is actually I'm not finding the word. Frodo
is wounded.
Is wounded, right? That's the word. Is wounded by them. That's
he was actually he was wounded even to his death. I mean, he should have died. I mean, this wraith in particular, the one that stabbed him, was meant to be the leader of them, because he was meant to be the most powerful of the 9. He used to be a wizard king, or well, not wizard, because that would be one of the races, but a kind of what's the other word? A warlock? No. Well, a kind of magician. But I mean, he used magic when he was alive, and now being part of Sauron's 9 raids, yes, he's like the most powerful one. He actually fights Gandalf in the 3rd movie, but anyway, that's part of one of the extended scenes actually as well. It's not in the original version of the film. All right, Ro?
Yeah.
Well, their main goal is to chase the ring and to chase the poor hobbits. So they are throughout all the movie trying to catch them. And they are, as everyone says, slaves from Sauron.
Yeah.
Yeah, and being dark and the way they were represented with a dark horse, with this dark tunic on them, they look really menacing. I mean, it's nice. I think it's a nice touch from the book originally, and then from the movie portray them as they were portrayed. They look scary.
No.
Yeah.
Anita.
Javi,
I think Anita is missing. Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to say that they were like consumed also by power. That's why they're black and had that image. Scary one, but kind of a slave from Sauron, because, and also they are the ones that chase the fellowship. So that's what they make them move and just go through.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
You're right. Yes.
The Nine Kings. The Nine Kings. I always thought they were an interesting figure, because they used to have power rings, but well, they were all corrupted by them. Anyway, we got just one more question, I think, left. Yes, we have one more. I have thought about including this one. Sorry, I'm not sharing screen. Of including this one or not, because it's a rather controversial question because of the answer, basically. Who or what is the Lord of the Rings? The author Tolkien made the decision of naming the story like this. Now, the point is, if the Lord of the Rings is Sauron, did he name the whole trilogy after the main villain of the story? That would be special. And if that's the case, why would he do such a thing? Why would he name his biggest work as, well, having the name of its villain? I wanted to think about this question because we're going to retake it right away after we restart the meeting in a couple of seconds. Be right back.